The book is there, 11th canto. So, 11th canto. I don't know.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Is that 11th canto book is there? Book. Okay. Till then. Okay, can get. Yeah. So, we can start, or some devotees to come. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashthaprayesha Bhadresha Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So, we are continuing with our chapter 16 of the 11th canto, the Lord's opulences. Shri Uddhavo Vacha Tvam Brahma Paramam Sakshad Anadyantam Apavritam Sarvesham Api Bhavanam Tranasthityapyodbhavaha.
Sri Uddhava said, "My dear Lord, you are beginningless and endless, the absolute truth himself, unlimited by anything else. You are the protector and life giver, the destruction and creation of all things that exist."
So, Tvam Brahma Paramam Sakshate Anadi Antam Apavritam. So, there are two words, Anadi and Antam. So, Adi and Antam. So, in this world, whichever things have a beginning, Adi, that all have a end. And whichever has end, they all have a beginning, correct? Huh? Sorry? Jadasya dhruvam mrityo dhruvam janma mritasya cha. Dhruvam means for sure. But there are exceptions. What could be the exception? आज क्या ज़्यादा प्रसाद ज़्यादा हो गया कि कल मैंने ज़्यादा बोर कर दिया. Many are not missing. Or today, yesterday afternoon I saw many. I said there is brahmachari class. Maybe that's after that it looks very small. Some devotees have gone out also. Some devotees have gone out also. It looks like. Yes. No, that is, I mean, Brahmachari class, after saying that maybe it looks like it's small, but pata nahi, this same devotees are. I thought that I studied too much discussion. Yeah, what could be the exception? That which has beginning but no end. That which has beginning but no end. That which has no beginning but can end also. Generally that which has beginning, जो भी आदि को अंत होगा ही, आदि है तो अंत होगा ही. And that which is अनादि, आदि नहीं है तो उसका अंत भी नहीं होगा. Example क्या है? Soul, आत्मा. Atma is anadi, doesn't have a beginning, so it doesn't die also. So that which doesn't have a beginning, no end. This spectacle box has a beginning, it will be destroyed. So that is beginning, jadasya dhro mrityu dhro janmritasya cha. But there are exceptions that which has a beginning but no end. And that which has no beginning, but also it can end. क्या है वो? Think about it. Karma Prabhupada says in Gita, 5 subject matter, correct? Prakriti, Jiva, Kala, Karma. So how the categories divided in that? How the Vibhaga is done? So the science of Vibhaga is that when you do Vibhaga, whatever we do Vibhaga, those things within the Vibhaga should have difference from each other. Like if you say polyester cloths are 2 varieties. One is kurta, second is kurta, third is kurta. So it doesn't make sense, correct? Kurta same ही है ना वो क्या? Then you say polyester cloth or cotton cloth, brahmachari is wearing, have 3 varieties. One is kurta, one is dhoti, another is uttari or something. So that vibhaga is okay. Why? There has to be viruddha dharma should be present in those varieties within that category. So if there is no viruddha dharma means that the measurement of kurta is different than the measurement of dhoti. Measurement of dhoti is different than measurement of uttariya. So vibhaga means there has to be a opposite or different qualities which is not present in the other one. Otherwise vibhaga cannot be done. So Krishna is doing the vibhaga. Anadi antam apavritam. So Krishna, he did all the vibhagas in the previous chapter of the siddhis, correct? So in that subject matters of Bhagavad Gita I was talking, that the 5 things are described, correct? The 5 as a vibhaga. Prakriti Kala, Jiva, Ishvara, Prakriti Kala, Karma. So why the vibhaga is proper, successful there? Because Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti Kala, Karma, they are different from each other, correct? there are Viruddha dharmas are there present. What dharma present in Ishvara is Sarvagyatvam or Vibhutvam. These are present in the Jiva. Anutvam is present. So, Vibhaga is we can do. Similarly, Prakriti, like that, So, this Vibhaga can be done. So, if we take these 5 and put them in 2 categories, how can we divide that? We हम लोग भगवत गीता प्रचार करते हैं ना, तो better good to discuss these things now. If it become too technical or something, tell me. Yes, Prabhu, Samarpan Prabhu. Is it too technical becoming? Is it useful? Useful. Because I don't know what is happening where you are all sadhus sitting. Huh? How can you, those who are in online, they are able to hear?
Yes, we are able to hear, but sometimes it's cutting.
Oh, Hare Krishna. We are missing you, Prabhu, today.
Health is not good, Prabhuji. I have little sickness, flu, that all people will get affected actually. And I need a cold room. That room is very hot. So this is a very cold room.
In spite of sickness, we are hearing online. Thank you for inspiring us, encouraging me. So, how can we divide these 2 in category with the Viruddha Dharma? Huh? Yes, nice answer. So, Prabhupada describes that Ishvara Jiva Prakriti Kala Karma. How the category? So, in this way divided into 2. So, Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, they are eternal. Karma is temporary. So, 2 division में किया. So here karma is non-eternal. So in that sense, karma is non-eternal. It has an end. So karma, in the sense we take a samsara to give the answer, nice answer. So samsara, does it have a beginning? Samsara, does it have a beginning? Huh? Anadi. Doesn't have beginning, correct? So, but does it have end? Huh? End is there. So, in that sense, that which doesn't have a beginning, but also have an end. These are the exceptions, correct? Atma, Krishna, Anadir, Adir, Govindam, Sarva Karana Karanam. So he doesn't have a beginning, so he doesn't have end also. The soul doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end. But here, the samsara doesn't have a beginning, but it certainly have an end. So there's the exceptions. So, Tvam Brahma Paramam Sakshat Anadyantam Apavritam Sarveshamapi Bhavanam Tranastitapyayodbhavaha. So here Anadi, the word Anadi and Antam is used. So Krishna is Anadi, doesn't have any beginning. And also because he doesn't have a beginning, he also doesn't have an end. So the logic is that which doesn't have a beginning, doesn't have an end also. But there are some exceptions we discussed for that reason. Samsara is Anadi, but it has an end. Otherwise, why we are sitting here? Isn't it? That's why we are sitting here, na? So then we have to immediately tell, yeah, I'm sitting here, that's because samsara doesn't have a beginning, but it doesn't end. So
We know that the beginning, but to end is individually for all of us it will end. But whether it will end for everyone is not.
saw the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saying to Vasudeva leper, he said that let all sin to come to me, and then immediately universe got filled. Vasudeva goes.
Yeah, very nice question. So, what is then it end means? Samsara is never. Samsara is going to end? So, in one sense, it's not going to end, correct?
For individual it can end, but for everyone it will end or not, that how to confirm?
So that's why Krishna says in the Gita, 15th chapter, Urdhamoolam atashakam asvattam prahur avyayam. So this samsara is like an imperishable banyan tree. Prahur avyayam, correct? Asvattam prahur avyayam. What is avyayam means? Vyaya means that is perishable, avyaya means imperishable, correct? So, urdhamoolam atashakam ashwatam. What is ashwata tree? The roots are upwards, the branches are downward. What is that? Samsara. That tree, ashwata tree, should it should be considered like ashwata tree which we are seeing. It can be cut also, we should take birth and die also. But this is prahur avyayam. This side is avyayam. And after telling this, Krishna says, Tatah patam tat parimargidavyam yasmin gatana nivartant bhujaha tameva chadyam purusham pravatte. Before that, narupamasyeha tathopalabhyate nanto na chatir najasam pratishtha. Asvatthamenam suvirudhamoolam ashanga shastrena dridhena chitva. So, are you able to get something here? What is that? So, dridhena chitva, taking the weapon called asanga, vairagya, shastrena, with that weapon called ashanga shastra, dridhena chitva, you cut off this ashwatha tree. Samsara tree. So, first sloka Krishna says, Ashwattham prahur avyayam. Here he is saying that cut his tree. Are you getting any contradiction here?
It's mentioned narupam asya tathopal. You cannot find out the rupam, the beginning and end of this tree. Just wherever you are, you cut down that attachment with knowledge and go out from here. He is not mentioning to cut out the whole tree. Whole tree cannot be cut. Because this again cannot find out where the root was.
There is root you may not find out, but you can cut whatever visible you can cut, correct? So the tree is there. The tree I am not cutting the root. I am just cutting the connection. The tree will fall off, correct? So Krishna says Ashwattham avyayam, prahur avyayam, imperishable, and here said cut the tree. So is it not contradictory? So what is the understanding then? Why Krishna is speaking contradictory things? What does that mean? So then Prakriti is eternal, but it also undergoes dissolutions also. Atma is eternal, Prakriti is eternal. So how the Prakriti can be eternal, which undergoes destruction? That's why we are discussing today, today's verse. Trana sthiti apyayodbhavaha. What is trana means protection. Sthiti means life giver. Apyaya means destruction. Apyaya. So it undergoes destruction, correct? Krishna only destroys them. How can be eternal? So these are all little puzzles in the Gita, Bhagavatam. So the puzzle has to be understood properly. Then we'll get the answers. So then what does it mean that the tree is avyayam, but ashanga shastrena dridhena chitva? And how it is this Prakriti, Ishvara, Jiva are eternal, but Prakriti undergoes destruction, whereas Jiva doesn't undergo destruction. So Jiva is eternal, correct? Or Krishna is eternal, correct? How in the same category you put Prakriti also? How Prakriti can be called as eternal? Huh? Lord's energy, karma. Lord's energy, so what?
Maya is called shadow potency. So if there is an object, there will be shadow also always.
No, keep it very simple. Eternal means it should stay forever, correct? It will be destroyed. So how can you call it eternal? Huh?
It is manifest and unmanifest. It is there, but we are not able to see the gross manifestation of the form. The sun is like eternal in the sense it is there always, but we are not able to see in the night. That means it doesn't mean sun is not there. It is set. Prakriti is becomes unmanifest certain time. When Lord is there, so he can manifest. That's why it is eternally it is there, but the transformations practically they happen, keep on happening.
Then karma, why you are saying non-eternal then?
By bhakti, karma is destroyed. It's not transforming, it is destroyed completely.
Can't we take, as he said, that jivas are always going to be here, that some karma will be there. So this is nice to understand this. Basically, whatever we already know, we are putting into just more detailed technical understanding, so that it will be clear basically. So when Krishna says that the jiva is eternal, Krishna is eternal, Prakriti is eternal, Kala is eternal. So this eternality also have different understanding. We cannot have, it's not the same eternality for. So eternality, what difference could be there? So here is understanding. Just like we cannot actually comprehend eternality because we don't know. We are eternal, but we are living in a temporary world which undergoes destruction. Bodies undergoes 6 changes, correct? We identifying ourselves with the body, so very difficult to comprehend. So for our understanding, we take the relative objects only. So certain things in this world are stays for longer time, certain things finishes in a short time. So take that example and then we see in the bigger picture. For example, the mountain relatively is eternal for us, for our understanding. Himalayan mountain. And you know, these flies, moths who take birth in the morning and night and then they die in the morning. So what do you call that? Flies or Hindi that flies in the bulb and the lights. So moths, fire moths. So here that dies and the mountain stays. So many politicians come and go, so many rulers come and go, but Himalaya stays. Similarly, Ganga, for example, Ganga is eternal or not? Forget Ganga. River is flowing. Ganga or Yamuna or Kaveri is Panini summer. So any other river, they are flowing, correct? So they are eternal, relatively. But then the water which during the rainy season, some puddles are here. So that is not eternal. That takes birth and dies. So when we say the mountain is eternal, I'm talking about relative sense. Himalayan mountain is eternal. GB have mountain behind him. Mountain is eternal. But then the plants who come grow during rainy season, they get destroyed. They are finished. So when you say mountain is eternal and you say Ganga is eternal, the river is eternal. But the thing is that what is the difference between these two eternalities? When I take bath in Ganga or Vaitarani river there, I come and tell, hey, I took bath in Ganga. So my friend will say, hey, I also taken bath in the same Ganga which you have taken bath. But actually speaking, the Ganga in which I have taken bath, that water is gone. Correct? the water is gone. But when he takes bath, or when I take bath, if I come later, different water is coming. Correct. So how can you say I have taken bath? But the Vyavahara is there. That the same Ganga where you have taken bath, I have taken bath in that same Ganga. But if you don't understand how the water is flowing, if you put one small leaf, the leaf immediately goes away. So that water is gone. A lamp is glowing. Lamp is, nowadays all electric light have come. But you see the lamp is glowing. But the lamp is actually, it's not the same flame which was there few seconds back. Different flames are appearing. How do you know? Because the wick is reducing, correct? The wick is getting reduced. So different flames are produced. But we say, have you taken lamp Mahaprasad? Yeah, same lamp which you have taken, I have also taken. By the time he comes to you, different flames have come. So, how can you say that the same thing is there later also? Same water is later also. So, that's why nobody have doubt. The same Ganga which where you have taken bath, in that same Ganga I have taken bath. Can anybody argue? No, your Ganga, you are taken bath in different Ganga and I have taken bath in different Ganga. Actually, it is a fact, correct? What does Ganga means? Ganga means flow of water, isn't it? Ganga means flow of water. Ganga means pravaha. So, but already you have, unless somebody is taking bath at 10 o'clock in one ghat, and that ghat, the water goes to another ghat further downstream. And after 10 minutes somebody takes bath, he may take bath in the same water, may possible. But even the other way also we say, upstream also somebody taken bath, means I have taken bath in the same Ganga. So that means that two kinds of understanding of the sameness, two kinds of understanding. One is called Kotastha, another is called Pravahataha. So, the mountain, if we say the same mountain which you have climbed, Mount Everest or whichever, the Nasik way of Brahmagiri, the same mountain I have climbed, I can say after 5 years also that is completely fine, correct? The same steps, Balaji temple, the same steps you have climbed 2 years before, I climbed on the same steps 2 years later, the same steps are there. But when we say the same water in which you have taken bath in, Ganga river, in the same water I have taken bath, that is not the same. What is different? Here is something is eternally existing in the same form, same thing, same object. But here, that water doesn't stay in the same place, same time. It goes away, but next water comes. But here still the Vyavahara of eternality is said with the reason that the water flow is constant. The flow of water is constant, correct? Because the flow of water is constant, we can say that I have taken bath in the same water. So that's the Vyavahara in the world, and that's why everybody agrees with that. That Ganga is the same Ganga, today's Ganga, yesterday's Ganga, 5 years back Ganga, 5,000 years back Ganga is the same Ganga. So the same Yamuna in which Krishna have taken bath, that's why we are offering respect, correct? In the Yamuna we go and we sprinkle water on our head, we pay obeisances to Yamuna. Why? Because Krishna has touched the same Yamuna, correct? Is it not? So that means there is two kinds of sameness. One is Kotastha, that means always there. Another is Pravahataha, it is flowing, but the flow is constant. Similarly, come back to our subject. What is subject? When we say that Atma is eternal, Prakriti is eternal. So, what kind of eternality Prakriti? Prakriti's eternality is that of a Pravahataha eternality. Just like a Pravaha. Today's water is gone, but next water is coming. So the continuity is there. Similarly, the material world, Bhutva Praliyate, that it bonds and again destroyed, again comes, again destroyed. The water is here, it is gone, next water is coming, that's gone, water is coming. In this way, this kind of eternality is called Pravahataha Nityatvam. Another Nityatvam is like a mountain. So both are eternal, but there is a difference in eternality. So when Krishna says, Ashwattam Prahur Avyayam, when he says that this samsara tree, called Ashwatha tree, is Avyayam, imperishable, that cannot be. Then how Krishna says, Ashanga Shastrena Dridhena Chitva. Now how can you say that? You are getting the answer now. So Ashanga Shastrena Dridhena Chitva means here is what? That Ashwatha tree cannot be cut. But your connection to the Ashwatha tree can be cut. So that samsara is eternal. Pravahataha nityatvam is there, samsara. But your connection to the Ashwatha tree, you are holding it, correct? That connection you cut it. Ashanga shastrena dridhena chitva. So that's the understanding here.
Hare Krishna.
Does that make sense?
Prabhu, you were saying about that which has beginning and no end. In that which example comes, Prabhu?
That which has beginning, no end. Liberation.
Liberation.
Isn't it? That is the beginning. Going back to Godhead, correct. Mahaprabhu's grace. Okay, we'll go back to Godhead. After going back to God, it's the beginning. Okay, I began my entrance into spiritual world. Does it have end? No. So that's one thing is there. There is one more technical thing, but let us go ahead. But liberation is a good answer, correct? Anybody, any other thought? So samsara doesn't have a beginning, but it has an end. Liberation does have a beginning, but doesn't have end. So these two are example of the logic is overruled. That which has a beginning have to have an end. Liberation is exemption for that.
It is ending for us, for individual, and so that is kutastha or that is pravahatvam. What is ending here?
Yeah, the eternal one is ending is different thing. The Prakriti is eternal, Ishvara is eternal. What kind of eternality?
That is pravaha.
Ishvara is eternal in a different sense. The Prakriti is eternal in different sense. The Prakriti's eternality is, it's not like that of eternality of Ishvara. But still they are called eternal. For that we give example of the mountain and the river. So Krishna is something like a mountain, to understand him. Mountain also have an end. But for us to understand him. Himalayan range, Krishna will say in this chapter going to come now, that I am Himalayas. So Himalaya is eternal, it means stays for longer time, and Ganga is also staying for longer time. So what is the difference? The Himalayas eternality is different, Ganga's eternality is different. Like that, Prakriti's eternality and Ishvara's eternality. So somebody asks a question, how can you call, how you started, how you are giving a Gita class, somebody asks you, new person may be asking you, how can you say Prakriti is eternal? Then what answer you give? So then you have to give answer such a way that they are also agreeing with. So then you say in the outside world there is a vyavahara that your grandfather took bath in the river, and you are also taking bath, and you say the same river my grandfather took bath, I also taken bath. So how can you say that? Oh, same river now. So if you are agreeing there, you agree here also. So you can't push down our understanding. Oh, Shastra is telling. But when you go through their side, then they'll feel happy and satisfied. For that we discuss this. Okay. Anadi antam apavritam sarvesham api bhavanam trana stitya apya udbhavaha. So here also we have to see, we discussed about Sangati, correct? Why Uddhava is talking this? So what is Sangati we discussed? Sangati means the connection between the previous where we left off and now. So here sometimes Sangati is very easy, sometimes we don't understand, we have to take help from the acharyas. So Jiva Goswami in Krama Sandarbha, he is giving one Sangati. Sometimes different acharyas give different Sangati. So there he says that Jiva Goswami quotes Sridhar Swami, and he says, gives a summary of the 11th canto from 7th chapter onwards. So he says 7th chapter to 10th chapter deals, my God, view got disturbed. One minute. 7th chapter, 10th chapter deal with Brahman. Chapter 11 deals with bondage and liberation, as well as devotees and bhakti. Chapter 12 deals with karma. Chapter 13 deals with the steadiness in yoga through the story of Hamsa. Chapter 14 deals with meditation as well as best sadhana. Chapter 15 deals with different types of siddhis which we discussed. And chapter 16 deals with Lord's answer to Uddhava's questions and vibhodhis. So this is the chapter wise connections. And now this particular chapter, why Uddhava is asking this question, that he discussed that previously Krishna mentioned that that I am the source of everything, I am the source of all, I am the all the siddhis are present in me. So then Uddhava is having a query that if everything is present in you, can you please tell what are your opulences? So that's the Sangati between this particular chapter and the previous section. Okay. So with the Sangati, the Shastra study means Sangati has to be there. Without Sangati, Shastra studying means it will be like a beating around the bush. Ho jata hai. Okay. So now Sangati is seen, then we are going ahead. Okay. So Uddhava is, before asking question, he is glorifying Krishna. So before a person asks question from the teacher or a guru, that one should not immediately throw the questions. One should wait for a particular time, place, circumstances, and also one serve the person from whom you are going to hear the answers. One should glorify that person. One should make the person feel comfortable. So like that many things are there. So here Uddhava also, before asking Krishna the questions, is glorifying Krishna based on what he heard. So second shloka. उच्चावचेषु भूतेषु दुर्ज्ञेयम् अकृतात्मभिः उपासते त्वं भगवन् यथा तथ्येन ब्राह्मणाः.
My dear Lord, although it is difficult for the impious to understand that you are situated in all superior and inferior creations, those Brahmanas who are actually knowers of the Vedic conclusion worship you in truth.
So, my dear Lord, although it is difficult for the impious to understand that you are situated in all superior and inferior creations. So, Krishna is called Achintya, Durgeyam. Durgeyam Akritatmabhihi. Krita means action. Akrita means those who have not done pious actions. Krita means action, but here it refers to pious activities. Akritatmabhihi means those who have not done pious activity. For them you are Durgeyam. Cannot be easily understandable. So, just by saying the statement, for Akritatmabhihi Krishna is Durgneya. So then will that make that for Sukritatmabhihi he is Gneya? Will that automatically become like that? If I say, you are preaching to people, they are saying that those who are sinful cannot understand Krishna. Two negations. Those who are not done good activities are sinful. Those who are not done good activities cannot understand Krishna. Here also a negation, there also a negation. Not done good activities cannot understand Krishna. So will that automatically makes that those who have done good activities can understand Krishna? Huh? Huh?
for them it is easier. Like for sinful is more difficult. So though not sinful, they better opportunity. But it's not compulsory.
So then we have to go for Madhurya Kadamini. All of you studied Madhurya Kadamini? So Madhurya Kadamini Chakravarti clearly says that Krishna can be understood only through bhakti, and that bhakti cannot be received through any pious activities. So, but how it is said here, Durgyayam Akritatmabihi, that those who are not done pious activity cannot understand Krishna. So this statement doesn't mean, which like example you say, those who are non-devotees, we can say, those who are not brahmacharis cannot enter into the temple. Those who are not brahmacharis cannot enter the temple. Just an example like that, So will that automatically transfer that those who are brahmacharis can enter the brahmacharya ashram? Cannot. Why? Some may be brahmachari from Ramakrishna Mata, something like that, or some. So negation cannot always prove the positive thing, correct? So similarly here, Durgyayam, Krishna is Durgyaya for Akritatmabhihi. The demons who are Akritatmabhihi cannot understand Krishna. But doesn't mean the demigods can understand Krishna, who are Sukrutinas. So who can understand Krishna? Naham Prakash Sarvasya Yogamaya Samavrta. So only those who are pious or impious, doesn't matter. One who gets Krishna's grace, devotee's grace, they only can understand Krishna. So here Uddhava is saying that you are not understandable by those who have done impious activities. Mean Krishna cannot be understood, cannot understandable if somebody is sinful. That much is we can get from here. Now, how to understand him? Not because of pious activity, but it is actually through devotional activities only one can understand Krishna. Only bhakti can produce bhakti. So, but then the question comes, why Krishna cannot be understandable? Why is Durgyaya? Because the previous sloka said, Tvam Brahma Paramam Sakshat. Krishna is Brahma. So yesterday we discussed the word Brahma is like it has many meanings. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. So in the first aphorism, Athato Brahma Jigyasa, Acharya's Brahma Sutra, correct? For that sutra, there are hundreds and hundreds of pages of explanation. Tooth and nail fight is happening just for this one word, Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Tooth and nail fight. Is it not simple to understand what is Athato Brahma Jigyasa? Kitna baar bole hum log. But what is the meaning of this word Athato Brahma Jigyasa? So much of discussion. Jigyasa Adhikaranam. The Adhikaranam Brahma Sutra. Ramanujacharya's whole Shivashya. Great amount of percentage, more than half, is dedicated for this one Jigyasa Adhikaranam in the whole book. So what is the difficulty in understanding that? Ataha Brahma Jigyasa. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. What is the word Brahman refers to? So Brahma refers to, some claim it refers to Chaturmukha Brahma, four-headed Brahma. So inquire about Chaturmukha Brahma. Some say the Brahma word refers to Brahma as it can be refers to Brahmana. Brahma word can refers to Atma. Brahma word can be as a meaning of Jati, Brahmana Jati. So what Brahma actually refers to? So the Vaishnava's understanding Brahma means Brihatvat Brahmanatvat Brahma. That which is big and that which makes others also big. That is called Brahma. Who is that? Who is that Brahman? There's a big discussion goes on. So Ramanuja, Madhva, they are on one side. That Brahma Shabda Vachya. Vachya Vachaka Bhava. Vachaka means Shabda, the word. Vachya means the meaning. Vachaka Shabda is spectacle. Vacha is this particular one. वो वीडियो में दिख रहे तो वाचक is box, vacha is this particular thing. So Brahma is a shabda. What is a vacha? Brahma is a vachaka or a shabda. What is artha? What is a vacha? The subject known by the word Brahma. It is Krishna for us, very simple. But for others, for the Mayavadis, the word Brahma shabda vachya is not Krishna. Krishna is Maya. So Brahma Shabda Vacha is that Nirvishesha Brahman, So, but that Brahman is the only thing existing. So Brihatvat, Brahmanatvat, Brahma. That which makes others also big, they don't accept because next one is not existing only. So Krishna is a Brahman. Why? Because he is Vibhu, he is all pervading, he is biggest person who makes others also big. So because he is Brahman, all-pervading big person, one cannot understand him. Durgeyam. Aprameyo Rishikesho Padmanabho Maraprabhu. Krishna is called Aprameya. Achintya. So, if Krishna is Aprameya, he cannot be understandable, then why we should endeavor? So, Uddhava says, shall we give up? Athato Brahma Jigyasa will become waste, correct? Athato Brahma Jigyasa. If Brahman cannot be understandable, why Jigyasa has to be done? So Shastras are recommending that the goal of human life is to inquire into the Brahman. So then, Vaishnava understanding is that just like a person cannot understand the whole ocean, anybody can see the whole ocean. So I can't comprehend the whole ocean doesn't mean that I should not go to the beach only. I can't understand the whole ocean, correct? How much ever I have lifetime, 100 lifetime also I get, I can't understand everything in the ocean. So that means I should not go to the ocean? No, I'll go to the ocean. I can't understand the full ocean, but I'll understand small part of the ocean. I'll take some pearls and I'll get some, nice, beautiful jewels from the ocean. Fisherman will take few fishes. I'll take some jewels. I'll get some, nice air from the ocean. So ocean is huge, I can't understand. But doesn't mean that I should not endure, I will understand whatever is possible for me. So in that way, Krishna is aprameya, he cannot be durgyeya. But for the devotee, he is nyeya, not completely, as we said. But whatever possible way, Krishna is allowing us to know him. So for that reason, athato Brahma Jigyasa has to be done. So that discussion goes on over there. So here in the second shloka, Uddhava is praying, Durgeyam Akritatmibihi. Krishna is Durgeya, cannot be understandable at all for Akritatmibihi, those who are non-devotees. But for the devotees, also Krishna is Durgeya, cannot be understandable. But what is different? For Akritatmibihi, Krishna is Durgeya, Aprameya, fully not understandable. But for devotees also Krishna is Durgeya. What does it mean? He cannot be understandable fully, but can be understandable to the extent Krishna allows us to know him. For the demons, Krishna cannot be understandable in all capacity. But for devotees also Krishna is incomprehensible, but he can be understandable the extent Krishna allows them to understand. That's why otherwise Athato Brahma Jigyasa will become redundant, correct? So, Krishna says, my dear Lord, although it is difficult for the impious to understand, but those Brahmanas who are the actual knowers of the Vedic conclusion worship you in truth. So, even though Krishna is difficult to be understandable, but still Brahmanas worship you. Why? To understand you. At least little bit, whatever possible. So, there is otherwise, then why devotee should endeavor for that, We are all here because we want to understand Krishna, correct? Okay. Next. Yeshu cha bhuteshu bhaktya tvam paramarshayah upasina prapatyante samsiddhim tadvadasvame.
Please tell me of the perfections that great sages achieve by worshipping you with devotion. Also kindly explain which of your different forms they worship.
So now Uddhava is telling that Krishna, you only please tell me the perfection of the great sages achieved by worshipping you with devotion. So through worship, through bhakti only, Krishna can be understood. Gudascharasi bhutatma bhutanam bhuta bhavana natvam pashyanti bhutani pashyantam mohitani te.
O my Lord, maintainer of all, although you are the super soul of the living entities, you remain hidden. Thus, being bewildered by you, the living entities cannot see you, although you are seeing them.
So, Charasi Bhutatma. So, Lord is a super soul who can see everything. And he is hidden. So, he is seeing everything, but one cannot. Just like if you go around 12 o'clock or something, when Rajbhog offering is going to happen. So, that time the screen is closed. We can't see the deity, Krishna, but Krishna can see us, correct? So, Uddhava is saying that you can see us, but we can't see you. So, you have to reveal yourself to us. So, the living entities cannot see you, although you are seeing them. Yakascha bhumad divivairasayam vibhutayo dikshu mahad vibhute tamayyamakhya hi anubhavitaste namamite tirtha padangri padmam.
O supremely potent Lord, please explain to me your innumerable potencies, which you manifest on the earth, in heaven, in hell, and indeed in all directions. I offer my humble obeisances at your lotus feet, which are shelter of all holy places.
So Uddhava is inquiring about Krishna's opulences. So we always have understanding that Krishna means not alone. Krishna means with his energies and opulences. So for Mayavadis, they want to have a understanding of Brahman without any energies, without any kind of opulences. They consider that as Maya. But for the devotees, Krishna means Krishna with energies. So they naturally want to inquire. Just like in Ramayana, when Ram Navami is going to come, when a devotee is going to speak Ram Katha. So here we see that Ravana and Shurpanakha, she wanted Ram, but she had a great enmity towards Sita Devi, correct? So she wanted the energetic, but she had hatred towards energy. So even though she has attraction to Ram, that is, we are hankering for the attraction to Ram, correct? She had an attraction to Ram, but she had hatred towards his energy. So that is what the Mayavadi tendency means. I want the Lord, but I don't want his energy. And Ravana, on the other hand, he wanted Sita and wanted to kill Ram, correct? But then that is also wrong. So you want, like Prabhupada, what are the politicians are like Ravana? They want Sita Devi, Bhumi Devi, opulences of his energies, the world, power, control. But they want to kill Krishna. So both are demonic. So here Uddhava is asking that Krishna, you means your opulences. So I want to hear about your opulences. That shows how, like Vibhishan. Vibhishan, did he wanted Ram? He did not want Ram. Neither he wanted Sita Devi. What he wanted? Sita Ram. He neither asked for Ram nor he asked for Sita Devi. What he asked for? Sita and Ram together, correct? So devotees always want to have Krishna and Krishna's energies. We don't separate them. So here Uddhava is asking those questions. I want to know your opulences. Now, Sri Bhagavanu Vacha. Evametat aham prishta prashnam prashnavidamvara yutsuna vinashane sapatneir arjunena vai.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O best of those who know how to inquire on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna, desiring to fight with his rivals, asked me the same question that you are now posing.
So Krishna is now recollecting Arjuna. So, purport, Lord Krishna was pleased that his two friends, Arjuna and Uddhava, has posed the same question regarding the opulence of the personality of Godhead. So, same question asked by two friends. One is Arjuna and there is Uddhava. Okay. And Krishna again going to remember those conversations. Jnatva jnativadham garhyam adharmam rajya hetukam tato nivritto hantaham hatoyam iti laukikaha.
Hare Krishna. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna thought that killing his relatives would be an abominable irreligious activity, motivated only by his desire to acquire kingdom. He therefore desisted from the battle, thinking, I would be the killer of my relative. They would be destroyed. Thus Arjuna was afflicted with mundane consciousness.
Iti laukikaha. So this is laukika bhava. So from laukika bhava, Krishna is promoting Arjuna to alaukika bhava. That's the Gita. So now Uddhava is also, Krishna is asking, the Uddhava is not like confused like Arjuna, or neither he is put by Krishna in confusion, but the questions are similar. So whether in confusion or in clarity, devotees want to hear from Krishna, correct? That's like Bhagavata, Nivritta Tarshaihu Ubegiyamanaha Bhavashatam Chotra Manobhirama Ka Uttama Shloka Gunanuvata Puman Virajyeta Vina Pashughnat. So whether for Nivritta Tarshai or Gunanuvadaha, or those who are afflicted with material desires, for all, Krishna Katha is like a medicine, it's like a tonic, it's like a nectar, correct? So here Arjuna in utter confusion, he surrendered to Krishna and asked in the same question. Here Uddhava is in great clarity, he approaching Krishna and asking the same question. We'll go next one. Satat Purusho Vyagro Yuktya me Pratibhotitaha Abhyabhasatamam Evam Yathatvam Ranamurdhani.
At that time, I enlightened Arjuna, the tiger among men, with logical argument, and thus in front of the battle, Arjuna addressed me with question in the same way that you are now inquiring.
So Krishna is remembering the conversation with Arjuna. So Sattata Purusha Vyagro Yuktya me Pratibhoditaha. Yukti means here logical understanding. Pratibodhitaha, that Bodhitaha, Arjuna is Bodhitaha, Arjuna was enlightened. Pratibodhitaha means nicely enlightened, correct? Real knowledge. So, how one can enlighten others? Yuktya, with logical understanding. So, Yukti is also used by Krishna. Devotees can also use Yukti. That Yukti should be corresponding to the Shabda, the Shastra. That kind of Yukti can be used. That's the Yukti Krishna used. Any particular Yukti, if you can recollect how Krishna used Yukti to enlighten Arjuna.
Changing. So no need to lament for changing of dress. You are eternal, solely eternal.
Pasamsa jirnani yatha vihaya. That's the Yukti Krishna used. So Krishna did not push down below Arjuna's throat that, hey, understand, I am telling, you are not this body, fight and kill Bhishma and Drona like that. Krishna used Yukti. So he used logic and understanding. Okay. Next. Aham atmodhavam shiyam bhutanam sukruteshwaraha aham sarvani bhutani tesham sthitud.
My dear Uddhava, I am the super soul of all living entities, and therefore I am naturally their well-wisher and supreme controller. Being the creator, maintainer and annihilator of all entities, I am not different from them.
So, aham atmo uddhavamshinam amshisham. So, who are the amshi here? Amshis are the living entities. Amshisham bhutanam. I am the Atma, I am the super soul. Not only I am Suhrut, their well-wisher. Aham sarvani bhutani tesham sthiti udbhava apyayaha. So, my dear Uddhava, I am the super soul of all living entities and therefore I am the natural, their well-wisher and supreme controller. So, why Uddhava is telling like that? Krishna is telling like this. Because I am the well-wisher of everybody. Yesterday I discussed with the brahmacharis that how Krishna is a strategist, at the same time he is a compassionate personality. So, as a strategist, he spoke the Gita on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. As a compassionate heart, he is want to give this supreme knowledge to the living entity because they are all his samsas. So, simultaneously a strategist and compassion. So, because why he has a compassion? Why he has compassion? Because he has a love. Why he has a love? Because all of us are is amshas. He is amshi, we are amshas. Just like a father and mother, they have a natural love for their kids. So they are the best well-wishers. Why? Their father, they gave birth to the children. Similarly, Krishna is a natural suhrut. Why is suhrut? Because we are all his amshas. So, interestingly, when Krishna spoke with Arjuna, there also he started with a similar understanding. Gita, 10th chapter, Krishna starts his explanation to Arjuna. After Arjuna asks a similar question what Uddhava asked. Please Krishna, tell me your opulences. So Bhagavan says, Hantate katayishyami divya hyatme bhutayaha pradhanyata kuru sreshta Nastyanto vistarasya me. Having spoken this, he started his opulences by saying, Ahamatma gudakesha sarva bhutasya sthitaha ahamadishya madhyancha bhutanam antayevacha. So here also Krishna says, starting with that, Ahamatma uddhava amshisham, correct? So that means Krishna's consistency. So here we can see the devotee's consistency and the consistency of Krishna. Just like when Mahaprabhu, when Nityananda Prabhu was met by Ishwarpuri and Nityananda Prabhu met. So then immediately Ishwarpuri asked, you must be having a connection with Madhavendra Puri, correct? Otherwise you can't exhibit this kind of ecstasy. Similarly, 2-3 other places it happened with his disciple. Brahmananda. Correct. So he's Sriranga Puri or somewhere. Anyway, recently in the class Maharaj mentioned, in that Gaur Purnima class also. So unless the way you are exhibiting symptoms of love of God, you must have connection with Madhavendra Puri. So sometimes devotees say, by seeing you, understand you must be a disciple of this Guru Maharaj, many times. Correct.
When he came into the house, he just sat
Correct.
there. Then he was saying because he was not anything.
Yes, correct, exactly, yes. So Ishwar Puri said Advaita Acharya, correct? So you must have a connection with Madhavendra Puri. Then he said, I am his disciple, his disciple like that. So in this way, we can say, I am his disciple like that. Both of them are God brothers. So, like that, the devotees have a similar nature, they can understand, correct? Here, Uddhava asked a question, and similar question already asked by Arjuna also. And whatever answer Krishna gave to Uddhava, only the words are different. Ahamatma gudakesha sarvabhutasya sthitaha. I am the Atma present in all the living entities. Here what Krishna says, Ahamatma uddhava amshisham, that I am the Atma of the Amshisha. Okay. But then, definitely, if the same answer Krishna is going to give, then it may not be why this another chapter have separately has to be there. So there will be some differences also. But they are very similar. Okay. Next. Aham gatir gatimatam kala kalayatam aham gunanam chapyaham samyam gunin autpatiko gunaha.
I am the ultimate goal of all this seeking progress, and I am time among those who exert control. I am the equilibrium of the modes of material nature, and I am natural virtue among the pious.
Guninam apyaham sutram. I am the ultimate goal of those seeking progress. Aham gatir gatimatam. Then he says, I am time among those who exert control. So there are so many controls in this world. We see that the politicians are controlling, the boss is controlling, the parents are controlling, but nobody can control like the time. Time controls everybody, correct? So Krishna says, of all the controllers, I am the time. Okay. I am natural virtue among the pious. Of the pious, Krishna, somebody said that Krishna always steals whatever the best. He claims that I am that, So, whatever the best thing, Krishna will say, I am that. This is verse number 11 now, okay. Okay, next one. Guninamapyaham sutram mahatam cha mahanaham sukshmanamapyaham jivo durjayanam aham manaha.
Among the things possessing qualities, I am the primary manifestation of nature, and among the great things, I am the total material creation. Among subtle things, I am the spirit soul, and of things that are difficult to conquer, I am the mind.
Yes.
Krishna is explaining, like we hear that in 10th chapter he sometimes tells about the essence. I am the essence of water. I think 7th chapter. But sometimes he says that I am the best of that species. So here he is speaking all mix or what? He is the best or he is essence?
Well, the best becomes essence or essence becomes the best. As Krishna says that my vibhutis are unlimited, I will just speak little bit, like that. So there can be more than one best, more than one essence. So many are similar, but some may be different from Bhagavatam and Gita. So here Krishna says, Gunina pyapyaham sutram. So Mahat Tattva is called Mahat because it is a cause of all elements. It is Mahat Tattva, Mahan, great. The word Mahat does not mean that it is easy to understand in comparison to earth or other elements. When the Jiva, oh my God, this computer is... So here again we discussed yesterday, of all the subtle things, Krishna is called Jiva, correct? See there, Sukshmanam apyaham jivo. So, talking about us only. So, the Jiva is Anu, Krishna is Vibhu. So, Krishna says, whether big or small, I will come to that place, So, of all smallest thing, I am Jiva. Why Krishna can climb? Because Krishna can enter into the Jivatma. So, that's why he can climb that. We discussed long detail yesterday, correct? So that he can bring it. So, Jiva Goswami here also says the Shrutis, Suksha means what? Balagra Shatabhagasya Sadata Kalpidasya Cha Bhaga Jivo Savigneyo. This is Shveta Upanishad. So, why Jiva is the smallest? Because he is Balagra Shatabhagasya. And because Krishna could enter into that Jiva, he is actually the smallest. Okay. And mind, Durjayana Maham Manaha. So Hiranyakashipu was powerful, he could conquer everything, but he could not conquer his own mind. So mind defeated Hiranyakashipu, the great demons also. So Krishna says, I am mind of all the conquerors, unconquerable. Okay. Next. Hiranyagarbho Vedanam Mantranam Pranavastavrite Aksharanam Akarasmi Dasamaham.
Among the Vedas, I am their original teacher, Lord Brahma. And of all mantras, I am the three-lettered Omkara. Among letters, I am the first letter and among sacred meters, I am the Gayatri mantra.
So, this whole opulence of Krishna is about Vedas and Shastra. Hiranyagarbho Vedanam. Of Vedas, I am Hiranyagarbha. That means that Brahma is the first person to receive Vedic knowledge. Every kalpa, the Vedas disappears. They did not disappear, they unmanifest. Again, Krishna speaks Vedas to Brahma and Brahma propagates further. Brahma is called Hiranyagarbha. Mantranam Pranavas Trivrit. So, of mantra, I am Pranava. So, the Pranava is called Trivrit. Why? It consisting of three letters. What are three letters of Pranava? Akara, Ukara, Makara. So, in Sanskrit, they use the word Kara Pratyaya for denoting letters. If you want to denote the letter A, then use the word called Kara after the letter A. So, Akara means letter A. Chakara means letter Cha. Takara means letter Ta. How do you tell Ra? Cha means Chakara, Ka means Kakara, A means Akara, Ra means Rakara is not, it is called Repa, only one there it differentiates, some reason, whatever. So, this Kara Pratyaya is used for denoting the letters. Now, when Jiva Goswami wrote his Vyakarana, Harinama Vyakarana, he instead of using the word Kara, he used another word. Which word he used? No. He purposely avoided using Krishna name. Rather, he took Rama. So, instead of Akara, Chakara, if you go to the Panini grammar class, you will hear the word in the Sandhi. Okay, you put Akara plus Akara, it become Akara. Chakara, Takara, some Kara, Kara. But if you go to Harinama Vyakaran classroom, you will say Arama, Charama, Arama plus Arama becomes Arama. So, that's nice, no? Kara, what you'll get benefit, Kara, grah mein chala jayega. Samsar mein ghumte rahenge. You can Rama, if you say, very nice. So, why you did not use word Krishna? Why you use Ram? Krishna is better, Why use Ram? Not, okay, that also maybe. But the reason is that Jiva Goswami wrote the sutra, Varna Swarupe Ramaha. He said, Varna Swarupe Ramaha. Manini, Varna Swarupa means Kara. But here, Varna Swarupe Ramaha. So, just like in English, PUT put, BUT but. So, one letter had different sound, correct? U only. In the put, it is U. Same U letter BUT, but it becomes A, but. So, neither it doesn't have a consistent sound in English. Sometimes the sound only disappears. NO, what you call NO? No. KNOW, where what happened to the K sound? Why you are sitting there? For what reason? So, there is inconsistency in illogical things. So, it is not properly constructed. But Samskritam, Samyak Kritam, it is perfectly constructed language. So, every letter has its own position, own sthana, own pronunciation, own placement. It cannot be rendered useless or it cannot be changed. So, that's why he used the word Rama. Why Ram? Because Ram is known for one word, correct? When he speaks one thing, I am going to forest. Everybody tried to change his opinion. No, none of them could. Vashishta himself came, all the sages came. And whoever comes, Ram says, I am going to forest, I am going to forest. One word, One wife, correct? Krishna had 16,108, And other than that, millions of gopis. But Ram, only one wife. Just like the one letter has one sound, one letter has one pronunciation, one letter has one ucharana sthana. So like that, Ram is more fitting, correct? So Jiva Goswami did not inspire to put Krishna, he put Ram. So every letter has to have one particular ucharana sthana, one way it has to be worshipped, it has to be pronounced. So Ram, when he puts an arrow on the bow, the target is finished, correct? Amogha viryaha. Krishna sometimes runs away from battle also. So enemy is destroyed for sure by Ram. So one word, one bow, one arrow, and one wife. So 111. Similarly, the letter has one pronunciation, one placement of ucharana sthana, and one particular sound. So that's why Varna Swarupi Ramaha. So of all the Varnas, which Varna Krishna says? Aksharana Akarosmi. Of all the Varna, I am Akara. But why Bhagavatam says Kara Pratyaya again? So Bhagavatam is using word Kara Pratyaya. Akara, correct? But Jiva Goswami says Arama, So how to understand that? So Panini did not write grammar for the language to be born. Grammar is wrote for the existing language. Grammar is wrote for the existing language. Just like Panini in the Vyakarana Shastra, they say, if you go to a pot maker, you give him a mud, give him water, give him all the ingredients, and tell him that you make a pot, he'll make a pot. And somebody else says, no, you don't make pot for me, you make some plate for me, mud plate, he will make a plate. Somebody tells, okay, you make a jar for me, he'll make jar. Somebody tells some other design, he'll make new things, correct? So a pot maker can produce new pots, different varieties, colors. But if you go to a grammarian and tell him, with all your grammatical thoughts and understanding, can you produce a new word for me? You'll say, no, I can't produce new thing. I can only write a grammar for existing language. So the language came first, grammar came later. So the Shastras are using Kara, Akara, Chakara, Takara. So Panini saw, okay, Kara, okay. So all of you understand from now onwards, all of you should learn that when you want to represent a letter, you use the word Kara, Kara Pratyaya, Akara. So he made a rule so that we will not go off track. Otherwise we'll end up like English language. Anybody can produce their own rules and regulations. So Sanskrit is protected because of these rules and regulations are being organized with the existing language. Anyway, so here Krishna says, Aksharanam Akarosmi. Yeah. When we supposed to give break? 12. After this question, we'll have break. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Like in English, as you said that many deficiencies are there. But then we are learning Sanskrit also from Kanai Krishna. So there is something called Arsh. So in that Arsh there are some mistakes, but we don't tell them as mistakes. But the Arsh, sages have used it and we keep it as it is, although they don't follow the rules of grammar. So what do you have to say about that Arsh Prayog?
So Arsha means coming from the Rishi's words. So the language is existing, basically. Language is existing. So Panini and other grammarians put rules and regulation by studying the language. So sometime those rules and regulations which is put by grammarians missed out these rules, this prayoga, or those who are written after the rules are laid down, they just overruled it and they spoke. So they are very rare and they are very, it has also a, just like the, what is the sentence? exceptions proves the rule, correct? Exceptions are to be proves the rules. Okay, now the ambulance vehicle passed through red signal. Ambulance vehicle, red signal means vehicle should stop, correct? Ambulance passes through red signal. So does that mean that the person who put the rule that red signal means all the vehicles should stop? That does he made a mistake, or did the ambulance did not follow the rules? So the same ambulance, patients are there, then he has to stop, correct? Ambulance also has to stop. Sometime one of our devotees, they had to go to some programs, emergency, some kind of traffic and all. So our hospital gave us ambulance. प्रभु इससे बैठ के चले जाओ, आप प्रोग्राम टाइम पर पहुंच जाएंगे. वो पूरा पहुंच गए उधर पूरा. हम पी चलो अभी मैं साधु साधु उड़ जाए उधर. Whoever you are, you have to stop it. So these kinds of prayoga that the rishis do, that is like ambulance. So this ambulance is actually proving the rule that red signal, the all vehicle has to be stopped. So exceptions proves the rule, not it proves that the rule is not there. Similarly, Arsha Prayoga is in those categories.
The English grammarian may say same thing about their language.
No, then he says it will be the other side. That inconsistencies are maximum. Inconsistencies are maximum. There is no such a rules only existing. It goes way hard. Weird. What if you give the book which is written 100 years before, you can't make anything out of it. You can't understand the language only. So much corrupted, so much change. But Sanskrit, Ramayana is so old, Vedas are so old, consistency is there. That's why to protect if you want to have protected, content, do it in Sanskrit. It will be protected for centuries and yugas, or centuries. That's why everybody wrote in Sanskrit. So you are writing your book in English. After 100 years, thou shalt not kill means what? Thou shalt not murder. Kuch to bolenge. And gaya. But here, this is what you have to use. This is what everything is pakka protected. So that's why we have to translate, Prabhupada purpose also in Sanskrit sometimes. So it will be protected. English, only what Prabhupada meant is this, not he meant is that, and this word has been this word, that word been this word. Chal raha hai. So we have to, that this language is more protected. This is advantage. Disadvantage is that one word in Sanskrit has so many meanings. So at least some kind of system is there how to interpret it with the Nyaya, Mimamsa, all those things, hermeneutics they call. So that's why it is Samyak Kadam Samskritam. Hare Krishna. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
In English, like if you say something that fixed.
Yeah.
Like even in the frame Rati also, like frame of spiritual word, only one word only. Made a confusion.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So there are not many words in Sanskrit they are lacking.
No.
You want to compact it as
We'll discuss that after the break. Hare Krishna. Okay. 12.
Hare Krishna.
How long?
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Akashvani.
Prabhuji, can you explain what is Gayatri Chanda?
Can we resume after some break going on here? After Gayatri break.
Oh yes, thank you.
Okay. How many devotees are online? 14. इससे ज़्यादा संख्या ऑनलाइन है.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, we'll start, I think. Hare Krishna. Yes. Some questions are there?
Can you explain Gayatri Chanda?
So here Krishna says Aksharanam Akarosmi Padani Chandasamaham. So here Padani refers to Gayatri mantra, Chandas. I am Gayatri among the Chandas. So there are in the Sanatana Dharma or Bharatiya Vaidika Vangmaya they call. There are 16 Vidyasthanas, 14 Vidyasthanas are there, 14 Vidyas. Vidyasthana means Department of Knowledge. Angani Veda Chatvaraha Purano Nyaya Vistaraha Itihasa Dharma Shastram Cha Vidya Hyesha Chaturdasha. Now Purana Dharma Shastram Cha Vidya Hyesha Chaturdasha. So 4 Vedas, 6 Angas, the limbs of the Vedas, 6 Angas, 6 plus 4, 10. Then Purana, then Nyaya, Mimamsa, all put together 14, correct? So 6 plus 10 becomes 10, 4 plus 6, 10. Then these 4 are Purana, Nyaya, Mimamsa, and Dharma Shastra. These are the 14 Vidyasthanas. 4 more added in some places, they become 18 total. The 4 more are Ayurveda, Dhanurveda, Gandharva Veda, Arthashastra. So in this way 14 plus 4 is equal to 18 department of knowledge in Sanatana Dharma. Only department of knowledge, and everything have many hundreds and thousands of literatures inside them. So if we say Vedas, 4 Vedas, then Rik Shaka, Rik is one, it has 21 shakas, of which only 2 or 3 available now. Samaveda has more than 1020 such shakas, only now 2 are available. So this is Vedas. Then when you say Veda Anga, the Vedangas are 6 in number. 6 Vedangas. Just like we have limbs, nose, eyes, like that. Veda is like a Purusha. Veda Purusha has also limbs. So those Veda Angas are called Siksha, Nirukta, Jyotisha, Vyakarana, Kalpa, Chandas. So the Chandas is one of the Veda Anga of the Vedas. So one of the Veda Anga is Chandas. What is Chandas mean? Chandas means in general it's like a meter. Just like the train runs in 2 tracks. Similarly, the Vedas goes in particular meter, so that the train will not go off track by the rails. Like we sing songs, so Kartal takes us the rhythm, we don't go off track, So in this way, Chandas is one of the Vedanga which helps a person to go in a particular way in reciting verses and composing verses and so on. So there are many Chandas are there. One of the Chandas is Gayatri Chandas. So Gayatri, how the Chandas is formed, there is also rules and regulations are there. Chandas are formed by the count of the letters as well as the arrangement of the letters. So the letters also divided into many categories. One is through the Ucharana Sthana and also through the heaviness of the letter, weight of the letters. How the letters can be weighed? Is it like you put in the physical balance and 1 gram, 10 gram like that? Now that's not there in other languages. But in Sanskritam, they have weight for the letters. Guru, Laghu, like that. So which letter is Guru, heavy letter, which is soft, light letter, that is descriptions are there. So, when the chandas, when the shloka is made, there are so many rules and regulations are there. You can't just randomly put anything like English poetry, we write anything, become just the last one letter is there, then you can write a poet. But it's not like that. There's a lot of rules and regulations. So chandas is one of the main regulation, that how many syllables should be there in the every sentences of the shloka. So in this way, many chandas is there. Pankti, Trishtup, Anushtup, Jagati, Sardula Vikridita. Like there's so many chandas are there. Hundreds and thousands, but at present, some 22 are like main, and So according to the chandas, the shloka should be made. And that chandas, many chandas is there, and Krishna here says, of all chandas, I am Gayatri chandas, Anushtup. So Gayatri chandas refers as 8 letters for every pada. So 3 sentences Gayatri has. So 3 sentences has 8 letters each. Tasya vadur varenyam bargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yonah prachodayat. This is Gayatri. So tat savitur varenyam. Tat savitur varenyam. So 8 syllables. Then bhargo devasya dhimahi. 8 syllables. Dhiyo yo naf prachodayat. 8. 3 into 8, 24. So this is called Gayatri Chandas. So some stories are there. Gayatri previously had only 6 syllables in one sentence. But then Garuda had an issue with, his family issue. Kadru and Vinata, they had some issues. So anyway, it's a long story. Finally, Garuda told that Garuda has to bring her mother back from slavery. So he fought and then he won it. Part of the victory is that he will get the nectar. Also, he has to get 2 letters from the daughter of, and the letters from the other opponent fellow. So these 2, Jagati and Trishtup, they are the daughters. These Chandas are their daughters. So they have to give 2 letters back to Garuda, and he added that in Gayatri. So that become 6, it become 2 plus extra 8. So there are some stories like that in Puranas. Anyway, whatever we got is 24 syllable Gayatri. This is called Gayatri Chandas. So, and this is, of course, the meaning of Gayatri, Jiva Goswami written a book also. So that is of different subject matter. So in simple, in our this particular thing, this is called Gayatri Chandas. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Huh? Vaishnava. Well, Gayatri is considered as one of the very important mantra. So, sometimes there is a logic used, sometimes Vedanam Samavedosmi. Why Samaveda? It's a Gana Rupa, singing is very sweet, So, but Madhvas, they don't agree. Rigveda is the best Veda. So they say that amongst Yaju, Atharva, Sama, Krishna is Samaveda. Pandavarjanam Arjunoham, Arjunosmi. So that means Yudhishthira, Nakula, Yudhishthira, Nakula, Sahadeva and Arjuna. Krishna is Arjuna. If you put Bhima, then so there I got there. Of the 4 Pandavas, I am Arjuna. That is Krishna's understanding. So like that, no questions asked. Okay, fine. Let's go ahead. Yesterday we discussed a lot also. So Vaishnavas are rest too. And like that, we say Dandosmi Samasikasya Chaka, right? I am Dvanda Samasa among Samasas. Okay, let us go ahead. We will, otherwise, Samarpan Go Prabhu will think thrice, fourth time to call me again. You are asking, yeah, somebody else. Okay. Indro, we will discuss further. One more place, will future it will come. That time we will pack up. Otherwise, thoda shloka pe aage jayenge. Indroham sarvadevanam vasunam asmi haryavad adityanam aham vishnu rudranam nilalohitaha.
Among the demigods, I am Indra, and among the Vasus, I am Agni, the god of fire. I am Vishnu among the sons of Aditi, and among the Rudras, I am Lord Shiva.
Okay, it's clear. So, who is son of Aditi? Adityanam aham Vishnu. So, Aditya means son of Aditi. Adityanam aham Vishnu. Rudranam Nilohita. So, in Gita, Rudranam Shankarascha, correct? Shankara is a Nilohita. Similar, just same thing. So, in this way we can correspond to Gita and Bhagavatam both, you know. Brahmarshīnām Bhriguraham Rajarshīnām aham Manuho Devarshīnām Naradoham Havirdhanyasmi Dhenushu.
Among saintly Brahmanas I am Bhrigumuni, and I am Manu among the saintly kings. I am Narada Muni among saintly demigods, and I am Kamadhenu among cows.
So Krishna says of the Brahmano osya mukhamasīt bahurajanya kritaha uru tadasya yadvaishyaha padbhyam shodro ajayata. So Krishna says that of the who came from which part of his body. So Brahmanas came from his face. So, but among the Brahmanas also, Krishna says, I am Bhrigu here. So Bhrigu, from the Bhrigu dynasty only came Parashuram also, Bhargava. So like that big dynasty is that Bhrigu Muni. So among the Brahmanas I am Bhrigu. I am Manu among saintly kings. So kings, Manu is a king who takes care of the earthly planet and the human beings over here. So any Manu comes in, he is Krishna's representative. Prabhupada says, mankind came from the word Manu. Man came from Manu. And among the demigods, saintly demigods, Devarshīnām Naradoham. Okay, next. Siddheshwaranam Kapilak Suparnoham Patatrinam Prajapatinam Takshoham Pitrinam Ahamaryama.
I am Lord Kapila among perfected beings and Garuda among birds. I am Daksha among the progenitors of mankind, and I am Aryama among the forefathers.
Okay. So Kapila Muni, we all heard about Kapila. Garuda among the birds. Okay, these are all known thing only. Okay, next. Mam vidhi uddhavaddaityanam praladam asureshwaram somam nakshatraushadinam denusham yeksharakshasam.
My dear Uddhava, among the demonic sons of Diti, know me to be Prahlad Maharaj, the saintly lord of Asuras. Among the stars and herbs, I am their lord Chandra, the moon. And among Yakshas and Rakshas, I am the lord of wealth, Kuvera.
Yeah, so Krishna spoke to Arjuna long back, right? In the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Now he is speaking this same thing to Uddhava also. So there is Krishna's consistency. And Krishna remembers, it's not that, okay, udhar kuch bol rahe, idhar par dusra kuch bol rahe. So he is consistent that Daityanam Prahladosmi. So here, Asureshwaranam, I am of Daityanam Asureshwaram Prahladam, So that is his Krishna's love for Prahlad. Same thing is repeating. So Dhanesham, Dhana Isha. So Kuvera is called Dhanesha. So he is a master of Dhana, So Dhanesha is a word used in Bhagavatam also. So Dhana word used for Kuvera. Yaksha Rakshasam. You got Balaji here who has a depth for Kuvera, correct? So Kuvera is known for Dhanesha, Dhana Isha.
Kapila is mentioned as like best of Siddhas. So why Kapila is separately, like he is Lord incarnation only. So why is kept in Siddhas category?
Well, among this, before previous slokana, Siddheshwaranam Kapilaha. Well, Kapila Muni is also is a yogi. Also, is a Lord, like Bhaktivedanta Prabhu says. The Lord, when he incarnates, he takes different incarnation, exhibit different opulences. So when he came as Narayana Rishi, he exhibited the opulence of Vairagya. And the same Lord, when he appeared as Nrsingadev, he exhibited the opulence of the Virya, Saurya, all those things. So when Kapila Muni he came, Lord exhibited the opulence of Vidya and yogic siddhis. So it is possible. Siddheshwaranam Kapilaha. So siddhis means we don't have to think siddhi means it is always mystical things. Siddhi can also be, siddhi means perfection. So the perfection of all siddhi is Krishna. We discussed last chapter. All the siddhis are eternally present in Krishna and his pure devotees. So they can simultaneously present to the worldly people their siddhis, how their yogic potency. Ultimate siddhi, Swarupa siddhi. Siddhi means perfection. So in that sense, you don't have to only see from the viewpoint of siddhi means like Durvasa Muni, or siddhi means Siddha means like mystical, where Kapila exhibited siddhis. Very fact, he is speaking the supreme devotional conclusion, that is a siddhi. Recently I read one pastime that one magician came and he was showing Prabhupada, magic, different magics, real magic, not like this, the tricks and all. Suddenly he would take something from, some fruit or something, suddenly appears and all the devotees also watching, and Prabhupada, in front of Prabhupada, he is showing all these magic tricks. So he takes a coin from his ear and something, and he takes from Prabhupada's body or something, and everybody makes, it kind of, and all the devotees feel, hey, he is making fun of Prabhupada or something. So Prabhupada is quietly listening, and that is generally Prabhupada is seen as a hero among devotees, but here he becomes something like a hero and Prabhupada is like sidelined or something. Prabhupada is enjoying also. So then Prabhupada, one pastime they said that Prabhupada said, it's okay, it is fine. What about this magic? That I went to America with just 40 rupees and I sat down under one tree and took my pair of kartals, started singing Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And many young boys and girls came. I didn't have any penny with me. Now I got hundreds of temples. I got so many restaurants, and thousands of books are distributed. Millions of rupees is coming to ISKCON. See, Prabhupada gives some account of how much monthly we spend money and all. So, is it not a miracle? How come one old man with no great attractive beauty and so on, he brought from 40 rupees, he brought so much millions of things. So magic, what kind of magic, Another place he said, he can make the coin disappear. Can you make birth, death, old age, disease disappear? Prabhupada said, I can do that. He disappeared, he takes some coin and suddenly coin disappears. He takes some Prabhupada ears and it appeared, disappeared. You can make coin disappear. Can you make birth, old, disease, death disappear? I can do that. So who is better magician? So siddhi doesn't mean that some kind of magic tricks, but siddhi means perfection. So Prabhupada said, these are my miracles, showed the 7-headed sadhus, Westerners sitting there. Yeah, Swamiji, can you do some miracle? Yeah, this is miracle. So in that sense.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, what is the difference between Siddhi and Avesh? Like Prabhupada was especially empowered, devotee by Krishna or Arjuna or Brahmaji. These people were specially empowered. So in Siddhi, is it that who is empowering then this for Siddhi? Are the demigods empowering or who is empowering them?
Well, the previous chapter we discussed that the Siddhi all eternally present in Lord, and Krishna speaks the process how one can attain Siddhis. So it is Krishna who gives the Siddhis. So two kinds of Siddhi, primary and secondary, and those primary secondary Siddhis can be achieved in two levels. One is in a full benefit one can, full capacity one can receive, or one can receive an inferior capacity also. So Krishna says if you want to receive these 18 Siddhis in it full, then you should meditate on me in different forms. Then one can receive the full Siddhis. But somebody wants the inferior Siddhis, then they can do the regular process of Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dharana, all those things. So then they receive different inferior Siddhis. So ultimately Krishna gives either directly or indirectly. Is that okay, ma'am?
Thank you, Prabhuji, thank you. Prabhuji, one more question I wanted to just ask, okay, regarding this only, that when we are saying this Vaka Siddhi, and at one place, I think somewhere I've heard that if somebody does 12 years of Mangala Arti and proper celibacy and also even among devotees, they also have Vaka Siddhi, like our pure devotees, they all have Vaka Siddhi because they've been following. How is that? Means I'm just trying to understand, Prabhuji.
What Vak Siddhi?
Yeah, whatever they say, then it comes true.
Yeah, I mean, Prabhupada said in one place that if you follow Varnashrama, in one class he says, Brahmacharya, if you follow Brahmacharya, you will be naturally attractive to people, because by austerities one will be attractive. Attractive means what? One gets special powers. So and Prabhupada gives the example of for women, chastity, by being chaste you get powers. For Brahmacharya we get powers, through Brahmacharya we get powers. Prabhupada the example of Gandhari, she got power which is equivalent to those males who achieved through their austerities. She achieved just through her chastity, And Prabhupada gives the example of how she untied her eye and she made Duryodhan powerful. So through these processes like Brahmacharya, to the process of chastity, and one can definitely become attractive and powers will come. They'll become powerful and attractive, Prabhupada says. Part of Brahmacharya principle means also kind of getting up early in the morning and regulated life. This is part of Bodha Sattva Guna. So it's not that getting up in the morning is giving power. Otherwise, so many politicians or military people, they all get up in the morning and what they do after getting up in the morning, they run. I saw in 3 o'clock one person jogging with a shoe and half trouser, the road in the morning, in the early morning, the dark. I said I should if I can get determination like this, coming to, for Krishna Seva, 3 o'clock, some devotee get up at 2:30 and chant, 2 o'clock. I don't know, here also must be somebody doing like that. So that's what Krishna says, Yuktahar Viharasya, Yuktahar Viharasya, Yukta Swapna Vabhodasya. So when you follow Vedic regulation, one definitely get powers and potency comes. So where Vak Shakti or this Shakti, that Shakti, definitely it is a natural understanding. Even materialistic have this understanding. What is that proverb? Early to bird, early to rise, make person wise and healthy and wealthy and wise. So somebody, William Wordsworth, somebody spoke. So even they also have understanding of these things. So yeah, that's natural, Mataji.
Yeah, Prabhuji, actually I've seen my mother that 90% of the time, whatever she says, it comes out to be true. So I think, and I wanted to understand it from a Krishna conscious angle actually. So thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for giving this insight.
Hare Krishna. Okay, next one. Mam Vidyuddhava Daityanam. We completed. Okay. Airavatam Gajendranam Yadasham Varunam Prabhum Tapdvitiman Suryam Manushyanam Cha Bhupatim.
I am Airavata among lordly elephants, and among aquatics I am Varuna, the lord of the seas. Among all things that heat and illuminate, I am the sun, and among human beings, I am the king.
Okay, we are quite behind a lot of verses. I think we'll keep reading and many things and we'll discuss little later, unless you have some questions. Basically, this is similar to Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Uchishravasthuranganam dhatunam asmi kanchanam yamas samyamatam chaham sarpanam asmi vasuki.
Among horses, I am Ucheshrava, and I am gold among metals. I am emerald among those who suppress and punish, and among serpents, I am Vasuki.
Nagendranam anantoham mrigendra shringidam shrinam ashramanam aham turyo varnanam prathamo nagha.
O sinless Uddhava, among the best of snakes, I am Anantadeva, and among those animals with sharp horns and teeth, I am the lion. Among the social orders, I am the fourth order, or the renounced order of life. And among the occupational divisions, I am the first, the Brahmanas.
So, we heard yesterday, Narayanakya Turiya, that verse came. So, Turiya, the word here also, Ashramana Maham Turiyo. So, Turiya Ashrama. So, Turiya refers to the four. It can be refers to different places, different thing. So, in that Turiya, Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, Turiya means Samadhi. And here Turiya means here Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasis. There is Turiya here. So of the ashrama, I am sannyasi. Of Varnanam, Prathama. Prathama means what? Brahmana. So Krishna also doesn't use directly the word. In South India, if you use a Shudra word, you can put it in jail also. So the Brahmana they use Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Chaturtas. They say Brahmana and Itara. Itara means somebody else, So sometimes the number is used to denote, So here not only the Shudra is used, not the Shudra. Krishna also uses Prathama for Brahmana. So here Varnanam Prathamo Anagha. I am Brahmanas among the Varnas. So does that mean that others are not Krishna? Sometimes all this outside atheists they claim, you people are caste conscious, you are Brahmanas. So many Christian conversions. This is another big accusation, In Maharashtra also they have some kind of accusations like that, caste system and all. So here Krishna says Varnanam Prathamo Anagha. Not that other things are, others are useless, but even if you say in a simple understanding that from the legs of Krishna Shudras came, from the Uru Tadasayad Vaishyaha, from the face came Brahmana, from the arms came Kshatriya. So why then Brahmanas are, Krishna is saying, I am Brahmanas among the Varnas? Because you see, if the leg is not there, for example, in case some handicapped, still they can manage, correct? Arms are not there, still they can manage. What if head is not there? Can you manage with legs and arms? No, you can't do. So does that mean that leg is not important? Head is important, let me cut my leg and keep it in the locker, No. So the whole body functions nicely when all the limbs are there. But head is more important in the sense that without head you can't function. Without leg you can function but not properly, but at least some function can be done, So, so that's why that one should not think that others are low, but here it's talking about Nahi Ninda Nyaya, not that we are deriding or disrespecting the other Varna, rather we are talking about the greatness of one Varna, Brahmana Varna. Okay. Tirthanam Shotasham Ganga Samudras Ayudhanam Dhanuraham Tripuragno Smatam.
Among sacred and flowing things, I am the holy Ganges, and among steady bodies of water, I am the ocean. Among weapons, I am the bow, and of the wielders of weapons, I am Lord Shiva.
Yeah, so now, naturally, among sacred and flowing things, I am the holy Ganga, because Ganga is Vishnupadi. So, among the steady bodies of water and the ocean. So, what is the difference between river and ocean? River flows, ocean stays in one, it's contained in one place. So, steady body of water, I am the ocean. Among the weapon, I am bow. Why bow? Why not sword? Why not gada? Why not some other weapon? Why Krishna says bow? So, some understanding, the weapons are divided into two. One is astra, another is shastra. Astra is that shastra is you use it, but you can't get it back. Shastra is something you use it without mantras, like sword or gada. But astras are used by the power of the mantras. So there is difference between astra and shastra. And regarding weapon also, certain weapon you release it, but once you release it, you can't get it back. Like you throw a gada, it is not that you can get it back, It goes when goes. Or if you want to keep it, you have to keep it in your hand and fight. But bow is some weapon that you can release it without you have to hold in your hand the arrows. The arrows can fly back. And the sword, if you throw it, you can't get it back. Once throw it. For example, spade, you throw it, you can throw it, but if you want to keep it in your hand, you have to hold it. You can't. Once you throw it, you can't get it back. But with the bow, you can release weapons and you can again get it back also. The astras. So that's why the bow is considered something special. So that's why Krishna says, "I am bow among the weapon." And another thing is that when Krishna carries bow, he has different bows. So what is the name of the bow of Krishna? Saranga? Saranga? No. Saranga, what is it? It is Saranga.
Prabhuji, it is Charanga, it is actually, because it was crafted by Vishwakarma actually, with Sudarshan Chakra. And that is how this Charanga has immense power. And it is also gold plated also, Prabhuji.
So the bow name is the pronunciation Saranga, not Saranga. Saranga or Panduranga, it is Saranga. So why Saranga? Because it came from Shringa with one particular horn of something. So that is made from a Shringa, it's called Saranga. So Saranga, maybe we see in 10th canto, Saranga bow, not Saranga or Saranga, it's Saranga. So Krishna, when he carries a bow, it's called Saranga. And when Ram carries bow, what it is called? Kodanda. When Arjuna carries bow, his bow is Gandiva. So different bows. And so Pinaki, Lord Shiva also carries a bow, Shiva Dhanush, correct? So like that, different bows are there. So Krishna says, among the weapons I am bow, because bow can stay in one place and keep releasing weapon, tuck, and you can get it back also. But Gada, you have to run to smash somebody's head. And the same Gada, if it is used in format of Astra, you can retreat back also. So these are the reasons why Krishna says among the weapons I am bows. Okay. Ahead. No. Bow is in your hand only. The astras can be, when you say Brahmastra, you can get it back, That's what happened in Arjuna and Ashwatthama. So the bow which releases astra, which can be retrieved back also. But weapon like
Haribol, Haribol.
So, the sword name of Lord is Nandakam. Nandakam is a sword name of Krishna. Nandakam. So different weapons Krishna has, but he says, I am bow because of one of these reasons is this.
So here Shiva name mentioned here. In Gita, I think it says Lord Ram. He is a Lord Ram among wielders of weapon.
In Gita, na? Yeah.
I remember.
Well, Tripura Guno Dhanushmatam. Krishna gives some credit to Lord Shiva. Okay, very good observation. So, he is not even said Shiva, so we can use Shiva means all auspicious Rams. But Tripura Guno. So we have to see maybe some commentary, we have to check it. Okay, maybe we'll see tomorrow if we come to know something, we'll discuss that on this. Drishnyanam asmi aham merur gahananam himalayah vanaspatinam asvatta aushadhinam aham yavaha.
Among residences, I am Mount Sumeru, and of impervious places, I am the Himalayas. Among trees, I am the holy fig tree, and among plants, I am those that bear grains.
So now there is a question. This is a simple question. So let's see what you are all feeling about it. When Krishna says, Nagendranam anantoham, mrigendra shringi damstrinam, Okay, let us go ahead. It'll be more interesting when you go a little ahead. Okay, I'll ask that question a little later. So now what Krishna says, among the residences I am Mount Sumeru, among the impervious place I am the Himalaya. We discussed now. Himalaya is Kutastha Nitya, it is always there in one place. Gahananam, that doesn't move actually, Achalaha, Why mountain is called Achala? It doesn't move. Neelachala, correct? Sundarachala. Achala means, Chala means moving. Achala means doesn't move. So Sundarachala, Neelachala, Simhachalam, Venkatachalam. So Achala means mountain. So among that which doesn't move, I am Himalaya. Vanaspatinam Ashwatha, of all the Vanaspatinam Ashwatha, Oshadinam Aham Yavaha. Yavaha is used in Swaha, in the Yajnas, So that is Aham of the plant. That's why this Aushadhi Yava is used in sacrifices. Okay, yeah. Purodasam Vashishtoham Brahmisthana Brihaspatihi Skandoham Sarvasenanyam Agranyam Bhagavanajaha.
Among priests, I am Vasishta Muni, and among those highly situated in Vedic culture, I am Brahaspati. I am Kartikeya, among great military leaders, and among those advancing in superior ways of life, I am the great personality, Lord Brahma.
So, amongst priests, I am Vasishtha. So, Vasishta Muni is the Kula Guru of Ram's dynasty, correct? All the kings comes and go, but Vasishta stays all the time, isn't it? Mandata, all different kings, Guru is Vasishta. So Purodasam, Purodas means, basically Purodasa is something which they offer in Yajna. It's like a cake. Purodasa, it is used for the Yajna. So Purodasam means here the word taken as those which is mostly all the time used in the Yajna. Purodasa is eatable basically. Like take a rice, paddy, and the paddy's husk could be removed through Tusha Vimochanam, through Ashma. Ashma means with a chisel, but with a stone, not that you put in machine or something. So with that Tusha Vimochanam has been done, then you take that grain, then you have to grind it with a stone grinder, then the powder comes out, and that powder, some water is added, not salt and all these things, that added, and you make a patties, like patties. Then like that with Yava also you make, and that becomes a Purodasa. and that is offered in the yajna. So that person offers that into the fire, he is also called Purodasa. So that Purodasam, those people who perform yajna, that means priest. Among them I am Vashishta. That's why when Vashishta was approached for sacrifice, which king is that? Trishanku, correct? He was not ready, then he asked Vishwamitra to do that, and he became angry, he curses him, then he goes. So Vashishta is considered the prime priest of the dynasty of Ram. So Krishna says, I am Vashishta of priest. Brahmishthanam Brihaspatihi. What is Brahmishtha means? That among those fixed in the Vedic conclusion and purpose, I am Brihaspati, the spiritual master of demigods. So Brihaspati also appeared as Srila Bhattacharya, correct? So even now also in the general culture, somebody is very intelligent, they say he is Brihaspati, Brihaspati means intelligent. There was in Varanasi somewhere I saw one board that Brihaspati Patashala or something. So Brihaspati means intelligent, very sharp, Brihaspati nam Brahmishthanam Brihaspatihi. Skandoham Sarva Senanyam. Skanda means who? Kartikeya. So the story of Kartikeya is very interesting, that he was born from the Kritika goddesses. So they grew him up. So that's why it's called Kartikeya, Skanda. So Lord Ram hears the birth of Skanda from Vishwamitra Muni in Ramayana. The whole detail of how Skanda was born, the story of demigods having a general to fight the demons. Then that Shiva has to give birth to the son. Then they induce Parvati, Samodri, you get a son from Lord Shiva. Then all this thing happens. Then finally the potency of Lord Shiva, becomes Skanda. So that potency falls down and Parvati agitates Lord Shiva, and the potency of Lord Shiva comes, and that potency is divided into six parts, and those potencies received by the 6 apsaras, demigoddesses, Kritika Devis, and then finally all these potencies become one and Skanda is born. That's why he has 6 heads. Kartikeya has 6 heads. So, and that 6-headed Kartikeya is a son of Lord Shiva and Parvati. Also, he is considered as a son of this Kritika Devis. That's why he is called Kartikeya. So, that Kartikeya appeared in Gaurilas, Achyutananda, something like that. Is it so? Yeah, I think so. So anyway, it makes kind of sense. Advaita Acharya is Sadashiva, and son is Achyutananda, who is expansion of, who has a Kartikeya part also in it. That's what CC says. So, yeah, I think so, some Puranas. I never went into detail about that. Some stories there. We say like this, that Sahasramukha son is who? Who is the son of Sahasramukha? Sahasrasirsha Purushaha. The Sahasramukha son is Chaturmukha. Chaturmukha son is Lord Shiva. Panchamukha. Panchamukha son is Gajamukha. Gajamukha's brother is Shanmukha. Like that, So finally Sahasramukha is higher, correct? Sahasramukha, Sahasravadana. So like that, Skandoham Sarva Senanyam. Till 2 o'clock we had to go, no? 2 o'clock we can go. 1:45. 2. Okay, I'll stop with one interesting question. Shall we ask now or later? Now Krishna, in all these opulences, when Krishna is speaking, amongst the wielder of bow, I am Lord Ram. In Gita he said. That's fine. Krishna is Ram, correct? Adityanam aham Vishnu. they are also fine. Vishnu is Krishna, Krishna is Vishnu. So somebody is going to ask you that Skandoham, I am Kartikeya amongst Senadipatis. So just like you worship Vishnu, as Adi Krishna is Vishnu, he is saying that. So similarly you worship Skanda. Krishna is I am, that's what people say now. That Ram, Krishna or Ganapati or Durga, all are one, worship anything, everything goes to one person only. And they quote Gita. Krishna only say in Gita that I am Skanda, I am Garuda, and I am Shiva here, he is saying that. So worship Shiva. You worship Shiva and you worship Krishna, I worship Shiva. And here is a proof that Krishna says, I am Skanda. So what are the answers could be there?
Hare Krishna. Here either Krishna is saying, I am the essence or I am the best. For that he is saying that. So he is not, doesn't mean literally I am Shiva. So I am best amongst the Rudras, Shankar. So he is best amongst, I am lion amongst all the animals. So he is not lion, but he is the best amongst all animals. Or the essence of everything. Either essence or the best.
So he is not saying he is essence. Then he could have told, no, I am of the powers of the person who possesses power and the power of Skanda and the essence of Skanda. But here he uses using the Aham Skandaha, I am Skanda and I am Shiva. So how to explain? I mean, okay, you're saying essence, but it is not directly coming from the words of Krishna. This is the understanding you are quoting, correct?
Simile and metaphor. That is the difference. Metaphor is directly that first.
Metaphor.
May I attempt this?
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, when Krishna is saying, no, he's revealing his opulences and all. So actually, he's actually trying to, foster devotion and help Arjuna to meditate on the magnificence of Krishna when he's saying, I am, this. So he wants to say that he is the source of that particular splendor, which will help Arjuna to understand his supremacy and how he's, all-pervading source of everything and increase his faith and fix his mind and devotion of Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, so Krishna is, by this he is referring that I am the source of all this strength. That's understandings are given. But when people say that you worship Krishna, I worship Skanda, Krishna is saying like that. So then how you counteract that? What all other logical things you can answer? That's kind of, what else we can say which will be very much convincing them. So these answers are all correct. These are our understanding, Vaishnava understanding. But the layman, common man, who is saying that, just like when he said, Krishna's, before starting the chapter, he said that, Yuktya Prabodhitaha, correct? That's what it is. Yuktya Prabodhitaha. Arjuna also, same question what you asked, Arjuna asked long time back. And I taught him through Yuktya Prabodhitaha. Krishna doesn't say that by Shastrena Prabodhitaha, but he said Yuktya Prabodhitaha. So, it's not that we have to present only Shastra. We can also present Yukti. Yukti means basically Pratyaksha Anumana. So Yuktya Prabodhitaha, but Yukti should be not Kuyukti, but Suyukti. What is different between Kuyukti and Suyukti? Kuyukti means it is Swakapola Kalpitam, doesn't correspond in the Shastra. But Suyukti means it corresponds with the Shastra. So what are the Suyuktis we can think to present this particular idea that somebody will ask us that Skandoham, Shivoham of the Skandoham, he say I am Skanda and I am Shiva. So what are the Yuktis we can present to explain this particular topic. That's
You
kind of.
are asking for analogies, maybe. Is it right? Through analogies, we can explain, Prabhuji, some philosophical point.
Yeah, yukti means you can use anything, but it should be yukti, perfect yukti, should be satisfying yukti. That's the kind of a brainstorm. Yes.
Like, for example, when we say source, I said that there is a thick and a thin pipe, okay, and both get water from the same tank. So then all the beautiful things or excellent things in the world, they're originating only from one source. Maybe you can say that way. Is it okay?
I could not exactly get it. It is little difficult to audio. I think.
No,
But
I was saying that when you say source, you say that there is a thick pipe and a thin pipe, and both get water from the same tank. And so all these beautiful things or excellent things are originating from one source only. Or when he says Aham Bija Prajapita, he's
yeah.
the
So
ultimate cause behind everything.
so yes. So this is one of the yukti, but the yukti can also be asked that that source is why not when you say Aham Vishnu, you say Vishnu. You didn't say that Vishnu and Krishna are different. Aham Vishnu, he says, correct. So he says Vishnu and Krishna. Either one is okay for you. But when you say Aham Skanda, then you say, oh, Skanda is not good. Only you go to Vishnu. So why you are changing your methodology over there? One place you are doing like this, one place you are doing. So they are also using suyukti, correct? So what kind of yukti we can? What are different? It's not that I am not testing or I am saying that you don't know, but just brainstorming is one of the, because this chapter is good, useful for Gita also here also. One of the question I have proposed. So one or two answers we will take today, then tomorrow we will discuss threadbare, what are the suyuktis for this particular topic. Tomorrow also we have class now. So that will be a little interesting philosophical discussion. If at all you are interested, you can have tomorrow more elaborate, but today you can present whatever you have one thing. No? Yeah.
Similar, Gita Lord says at the end, he says that whatever appearances you see anywhere, like Shiva, Skanda, all other, Vishnu, whatever, all are coming a part of my splendor. So his energy is unlimited. So all these things are a part of his splendor only. They are not complete presentation of supreme energy.
Okay.
So why not to approach supreme? Why to approach only little parts of his potency?
Yeah. Very nice. See, now you have to, when you are presenting something, two things has to be understood. One is that you are presenting your yukti to the audience who are fools, don't know anything. Second is, you are presenting your yukti to the audience who knows everything, pakka intelligent people, both. So by first understanding, you will present clearly and nicely so that even a fool can understand. By second understanding, you have to be very careful that you are presenting without any kind of confusion, that the person who is hearing knows everything, so that you will be careful in presenting, not that anything you will tell. So both things has to be understandable. So here the yukti what you are presenting, that the source is Krishna. So why don't you go to source? We are interested in the emanations. Then the yukti, what the general population will ask you, the intelligent will ask you, that why don't you follow the yukti in regards to Adityanam Aham Vishnu. So there you don't follow that. You say Vishnu, Balaji bhi chalega, Vrindavan Chandra bhi chalega. Come to some one, Don't go to Skanda, you say there. So there you say, okay, Krishna is a source. Don't go to Balaji. Come to Krishna only. ऐसा नहीं बोलते हैं ना. One devotee said actually, we won't go to South India, Udupi, Srirangam यात्रा में नहीं आऊँगा. सिर्फ only 3 यात्रास. वृंदावन, पुरी एंड मायापुर, ये 3 जगह छोड़ के यात्रा में नहीं आएगा मैं. ये सब waste of time, But we say that okay, Vishnu or Krishna, any fine. 4 sampradaya ऐसे बोलते हैं. So like that 4 sampradaya, Vishnu or Krishna, fine, because Krishna is Vishnu, Adityanam aham Vishnu. Okay, Senanam aham Skandaha. Aham Skandaha, they say, why don't you use that yukti there also? So they are saying that your yukti, one place it is working, another place it is not working. So why? They may ask question like that. So that is a question. So we have to answer in such a way that they are completely blocked. I'm just keep on talking all the time, boring people. So this one discussion we had in our brahmachari ashram, and we had long discussion. And I gave one class on this in Bangalore temple. So it was somewhat interesting. Maybe some thoughts for the brain, understanding. Okay, we'll take some 2-3 more shlokas. We'll conclude today, and tomorrow you can think about it. Come with your all blazing yuktis, logics, and we'll discuss for some time this topic also. Okay, next verse. Yajnanam brahma yajyoham vratanam avihimsanam vaivangri arkambuvag atma suchinam apyaham suchihi.
Among sacrifices, I am study of the Veda, and I am non-violence among the vows. Among all things that purify, I am wind, fire, the sun, water, and speech.
Among yajnanam brahma yajyoham. So this is something very interesting. That yajnanam, we said different yajnas are there. Brahma yajna means especially for brahmacharis. So brahmacharis do brahma yajna. What is brahma yajna means? Study of the Vedas. Okay, study of the Shastra. So Krishna says that yajna is aham. So studying Shastra is, Krishna says, I am that, So that means how much important is studying Shastra. So I was telling the other day that I started some kids program recently, some simple Sanskrit, Shastra, story and some shlokas, Some 12-15 kids are coming. So I thought some parents sometimes they come and tell, we want our kids, they should study very happily, So sometimes I think that studying and happiness, is it always go together? So how many kids are going happily to the school, rote jayenge, or sometimes they go happily because they want to go there and play. But exams means how many kids are very happily at writing exam? Always anxiety and always competition, this, that. So study means not always the person is happy. But what is happiness in studying means that happiness in doing the austerity of studying. One should take happiness in the austerity of studying. So austerity means what? What is austerity means? Proper definition of austerity. Tapasya. Very good, So naturally you will answer this question, So voluntarily accepting some inconvenience for higher cause. So accepting inconvenience means it is what? Very thrilling and very enjoyable or something. No, it is some difficulties we are undergoing. So that is called tapasya. So studying is also tapas. It's yajna. Sacrifice means what? What is yajna? Sacrifice means what? What is definition of sacrifice? Yaga. What is yaga means? Yaga means devata uddeshena dravya tyagaha yagaha. So devata uddeshena devata uddeshya dravya tyago yagaha. So keeping one particular deities in front of you, dravya tyagaha, you are offering some dravya, something which you possess, that is called yaga. So sacrificing certain things what you possess, till today, till this second it is mine. Now onwards, Indraya swaha, Indraya idanna mama, Vishnave swaha, Vishnave idanna mama. So you heard these mantras, correct? So in Indra, Vishnu, I am offering this to you. Now having offered this to you, idan na mama. This is not belongs to me. So svatva tyagaha, that you are releasing that attitude, it belongs, it's mine. Now on it's not yours, it's somebody else. That is called sacrifice. Tyagaha. So that tyaga is called yaga, not swaha or some sound is coming. That attitude of sacrifice is called yaga. So, and Krishna says, among yajnas, that kind of sacrifice, I am the study of the Vedas. So what does it mean? One is sacrificing his time, one is sacrificing his one's intelligence in understanding the Shastra, studying the Vedas, Bhagavatam, Bhaktivedanta, Bhakti Vaibhav. So that study is called sacrifice. So a Brahmana, a Brahmachari has to perform one of this main occupation is study of the Shastra. So that happens when you are young, small, the age of 7 onwards. The 7 onwards, Upanayana is done. Then a brahmachari or girls, they supposed to study. So when I started this class for the kids, so I was thinking that, okay, just to teach some shlokas, and then in 2 days, YouTube video comes, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Oh, nice, very good, my kid is very, and YouTube, how many views, I hello Chodo Hare Krishna. Oh, itna bada pandit hai, No, that study of Shastra is yajna, sacrifice, not meant for showing to others, No, it is a person has to develop oneself, It is a tapasya, Hiranyakashipu goes to tapasya, and Rishi put in his Facebook, see, I am standing in one leg. 3rd day, this much fire came away from my head. 10th day, this much, siddhis I got. No, and nobody know what is doing. Only it came out, when the fire started hitting the demigods. Oh, somebody doing tapasya, So nowadays, 3 days, 4 days, put some video, podcast, and ye bacha aisa bol rahe hai. No, basically in Vedic system, brahmacharya means they study, they don't show themselves to others. Of course, this is different. I'm not going to Vedic traditional concept. So a student should study for 10 years and he doesn't come out. He goes to the Gurukul, just stays in one campus, and just Guru Seva, Swadhyaya. There is no question of preaching for Brahmacharya doesn't preach in the Vedic system. He only observes, studies. What is Brahmacharya means? Gurukule vasan dantam guror hitam. Vasan Gurukule dantam guror. So he stays in Gurukul, serves the spiritual master, learns, and does menial services. So this is Swadhyaya, Yajna, Brahma Yajna. Then when he studies nicely, then he becomes effulgent, radiates, and then he goes out and preaches and teaches. So in that sense, the childhood, Saishave Abhyasta Vidyanam. So in the childhood, one should study and Shastra, observe Shastra, and that is called the main tapasya. So I tell them that, okay, you are studying, so it's not that learning out of 5 shlokas. Oh, I learned so much. I'll produce it in the public world. So that what happened when you study and you become famous. When you are studying and Kamini Jignasa, studying and association of opposite sex doesn't go together. That's why Gurukul Brahmacharis, they put in one campus where no association of women. In the Gurukul they stay like that. The parents, when Krishna Balaram came to Mathura after 11 years of separation, 10 years, they would have kept the kids with themselves, but they sent him to forest. Stay away from women, stay away from us, stay away from us, parents. Not the parents who took care of the child from beginning. No, the parent was separated from the child for 11 years. Still, Upanayana ceremony, go to forest. So that is called the Brahma Yajna, and Krishna says that is Aham. And what kind of Vidya Krishna studied, that is also comes later. So, okay, we will stop now. So this question, and we'll discuss more further tomorrow. Suyukti, how to understand this. Hare Krishna, thank you for tolerating me.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam.
One question.
Prabhupada,
But what happened? Can you hear me?
Hare Krishna. Yes,
Prabhuji, Pranam. You said that the Swadhyaya means there is nothing you have to show up, that you learn some shloka, you have to repeat it immediately. But people say that, Prabhupada says that you study and then you repeat. You study and you repeat. This argument will be given to us.
Yeah, we will take this tomorrow. Yeah, it's an interesting question. I thought somebody may ask this, but I thought nobody asked. I was surprised. We will take it.
No, I will ask.
Your question.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Yes. Yajnanam japa yagyosmi there. Yajnanam Brahma. Brahma yagyosmi. Yes. That means the studying of Shastra is very much equal to chanting japa also. So which we can see in that way. Yeah.
Prabhuji,
yes.
Srinivasacharya used to every day study 6 hours of Shastra, 6 hours of chanting, and 6 hours of Sankirtan. His whole day schedule was like that. 6, 6, 6.
Okay.
6 hours of Shastra first.
Yeah,
Srinivasa
how to understand that one should teach and study and teach, or one should only study? That's the question basically. Okay, we'll take it.
Yes.
Thank you. Please remind me tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Huh? उद्देश्येन द्रव्यत्यागः मीमांसा. The difference between yaga, homa, technically.
Major difference between Uddhav Gita and
Uddhav Gita and Arjuna Gita. I feel Uddhav Gita, yesterday I said, Bhagavad Gita is like a sambandha. Uddhav Gita comes in Bhagavatam, is more elaborate, post-it. So he speaks concepts are more deeper and more evolved from the Gita. Actually, Uddhav Gita, you are all studying with so that he speaks about Bhakti Yoga in more detail.
Yes. He speaks about gopis also, so openly. There you can speak in public. Oh, seriously? That's what Pauji said, nice analogy. This is one type program in public. And this is individually to a very close person.
That's what Prabhupada thought, otherwise other sampradayas, they thought would be one of the highest thing. Because for them, the main requirement is that Krishna supremacy to establish. That's the main principle. Gita establishes Krishna supremacy. Now this example of Snana and so these discussions are all they bring out in Gita how Krishna is and Krishna is Aham Vishnu and Aham Vishnu. You can't say you like that particular sentence, Vishnu and Krishna say, and here Skanda and Krishna are different.